Daniel was a man of quiet desperation. He lived in a rusted trailer on the edge of a forgotten town. Every day, he scavenged trash bins, collected bottles, and did odd jobs just to afford stale bread and instant soup. He once dreamed of being a writer, but those dreams died when his mother passed away and the bills piled up. Now he lived one day at a time. One stormy evening, as Daniel searched for shelter under a bridge, he found something unusual. It was an old coin, large, golden, and engraved with strange symbols. It didn't look like regular money. Curious, he took it to a pawn shop the next day. The old man behind the counter froze when he saw the coin. "Where did you find this?" the old man asked, eyes wide. "By the river," Daniel said, shrugging. "Is it worth anything?" The old man hesitated. "It's priceless. It's the coin of fate. Legend says whoever flips it and gets heads will have everything they desire. But if it lands on tails, they lose everything, even their soul." Daniel laughed. "That's just a story." "Maybe," the old man replied. "What?" "But many have flipped it hand. Not all live to tell the tale." Daniel left the shop, heart pounding, stared at the coin in his hand. The idea of being rich, of changing his life, tempted him more than he could resist. What did he have to lose, really? He went to the roof of an abandoned building, away from prying eyes. The wind howled. Thunder rumbled in the distance. He held the coin up to the sky. "Here goes nothing," he whispered, and flipped the coin. It spun through the air like a glimmering star. Time seemed to slow. Then heads, a surge of energy shot through his body. Lightning cracked above, and suddenly, Daniel was standing in a luxurious penthouse, overlooking the city skyline. He wore an Italian suit, a Rolex on his wrist, and his name was on the cover of the best-selling book sitting on the table. The world saw him now as Daniel Gray, famous author, philanthropist, and billionaire. Everything he ever dreamed of became reality. Cars, fame, love, respect. But every night, when he was alone, he heard a whisper. "One day, .tails." At first he ignored it, but as the years passed, the whisper grew louder. Shadows seemed to move on their own. His reflection would sometimes smirk back at him. He tried to forget, but deep down he knew. The coin never disappeared, and fate never forgets. One night he found the coin again on his pillow. The whisper returned. "Flip again." Daniel stared at it, heart pounding. Would he risk everything, or let it go? The choice was his. His heart pounded like a war drum. Years of success, power, and admiration stood behind him like a palace made of glass fragile. Beautiful and easily shattered. He had everything. But the whisper knew that he still wanted more. He picked up the coin. "No," he whispered. "I already won." The whisper grew louder. The room darkened. "You must flip again." The coin burned hot in his hand. Tried to drop it, but his fingers wouldn't let go. His hand trembled. The reflection in the mirror across the room twisted into a grinning version of himself, eyes black as ink. "Flipper I will." With a scream, Daniel hurled the coin out the window, sliced through the night like a bullet, and vanished into the dark city below. The whisper stopped. Silence. The lights flickered. The air grew cold. Then ... nothing. For a moment, he thought it was over, that he had broken the curse. But the next morning, his name was gone from the news. His books disappeared from the shelves. His wealth vanished overnight. Bank accounts closed. His penthouse faded as if it never existed. By noon, no one remembered who Daniel Gray was. He was back where he started. Homeless, alone, walking the same cold streets. But this time, he smiled. Because now he understood something he hadn't before. True freedom came not from wealth, but from walking away when fate dared you to play again. And somewhere, far below the city, the coin of fate waited. For the next desperate soul.